everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is for the blog post that is for the current Wow Embossing and Picket Studios collaboration blog hub. You're going to want to check out my blog. I will link that below for all the details because there are prizes up for grabs and of course a lot of inspirations from both the design teams. And I'm lucky to be on both of them. For today's cards even, I made two. I thought I would not just step outside of the box, but kind of throw myself outside of my comfort box, which is big florals and lovely colors. So I decided to do something completely different and hopefully completely unexpected as well. So what I've done is I've started by making two of these rainbow backgrounds, and this is just Copic coloring on card bases, directly onto card bases. And you can see it's quick and easy. Even though this is sped up, this took less than 10 minutes to make. And here they are. All the markers that I've used are lined up in the photo, and you can of course pause here to make sure you get all the numbers if you want to do the exact same ones. Then, with the help of my little Gemini Go, I have cut out loads and loads of the Y'all word die in white cardstock and also one out of black cardstock. I did do one of each, white and black of the shadow bits as well. And then I've laid these up with a new to me liquid adhesive from iCraft. And this one is a little bit more liquidy than the usual one I use from Lawn Fawn. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it just yet, but it might just be that I need to get used to it. And then to add some pizzazz and lots of sparkle, because what is a card without sparkle? I decided to add in the embossing powder, or glitter rather, to the actual y'all word die. Goodness me, talking is difficult today. I do have a little bit of a hack here. You might have seen this one before, where I use my little corkboard and my pointy tweezers to pin down the die cut. This works for all sorts of die cuts with a little bit of a hole or something that you can use to insert the tweezers through. Then you don't have to actually touch it while you're heat embossing it, and it will save a lot of burnt fingertips. Trust me, I have done that, and it took me a while before I figured this out, but I thought I'd share it with the world because burnt fingertips is just something that nobody needs. On that black one, I used Midnight Dreams, and it actually comes out kind of like a blue, sparkly, lovely color. I was sort of expecting it to be a little bit blacker because of the black cardstock behind, but I really like it the way it turned out anyway. This white one is WhiteTwinkle, and it's basically like white silver glitter embossing powder. And I've done the same thing with these bits. So dab with the embossing pad, sprinkle with the embossing glitter, pin them down with the tweezer onto my corkboard, and go to town with your heat tool. Then when I looked at these to put them together, I decided that actually I wanted a black shadow for both of these instead of the white. But of course, once I'd cut it out, I started having doubts again. So a little bit of fiff-faff back and forth. But in the end, I decided to go with the black for both of them. And then I have used a stamp set called Seriously Always. No, sorry. It is Seriously Literally Always. And I wanted it to say, oh my god, seriously y'all, no, just no. So I had to cut this one. I very, very rarely cut my stamps. Like, seriously, so rarely. But this one, I thought I can kind of get away with it because it's words. So these should be relatively easy to string together if I need to use them together again. And then I decided to be kind of smart for once, and I prepped both my card bases with my anti-static tool. And then I loaded up my MISTI and went to town again with my embossing pad. Stamp. And then we're going to sprinkle my favorite white embossing powder, which is the Opaque Bright White. And this is the super fine, and it will get all those very, very fine little words or letters in the words as well. Super good. I cannot live without this stuff. This is my favorite white embossing powder. And then we're going to do the same one, exactly the same. So dabby dabby dab, dab dab, a little bit more. And then stampy stampy stamp. And a good sprinkle later. We are almost ready for the heat embossing part, or the heat setting part. Although it does help if you cover everything that you want to set with embossing powder. And with this heat tool, I very, very rarely use the fast setting. I'm almost always on setting number 1, but it's kind of good to have both of them just in case you need, for whatever reason. So once I heat set these, it was a really, really simple case of just gluing down the Jarl word dies and the shadow bits. And then the cards were all done. I was so close to adding a couple of sequins, or 5 or 10, to these cards too, because I am seriously addicted to sequins, but I decided to prove my husband wrong. I can't step away from the sequins. So I decided not to do that. But with this new liquid adhesive, I did notice that it doesn't super stick right away. So I ended up having to put some weights on top just to make sure that they dried flat. That they dried flat, which they did. So there we have it, all sparkly and ready. And they just the cards just need a little bit of like a brush off to make sure that you get rid of all the embossing, also the anti-static powder, and then you're good to go. I must admit, I think that sentiment turned out really, really fun, and I can kind of hear it in my head with like a teenager whiny voice, like, oh my god, seriously, y'all, no, just now. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed these cards, and don't forget to check out the rest of the hop. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and if you like this video, please hit that like button.